Satan bet his skin, while he tried to kill Elu'hymn, whom is better known as Job. And there was a certain day when the sons of Elu'hymn came together to worship and laud Elu'hymn. And Elu'hymn was there to present his sons before E. Then E came into the house where his sons them were. And his sons were there before E. And they were there lauding E, whom is Elu'hymn, sovereign, and whom was also called Elu'hymn. And then Satan was there when the sons of Elu'hymn were being presented by Elu'hymn. When Elu'hymn was there lauding Elu'hymn. Elu'hymn 2:1, and Satan came there again on that day when they were all there in the house to present themselves before Elu, whom is the sovereign one of all the heavens and the earth. And Satan came there also, and he was among them in the house while they were being presented to Elu'hymn. And while E was in the house, and Elu'hymn says to Satan, "Why have you come in here? Because you aren't welcome here. You know that you just cannot keep on walking in here as you like. And you cannot just keep on going anywhere that you think that you want to go. And you cannot keep on walking up and down in the earth and walking in and into places uninvited, nor can you continue going to and from in the earth as you want. Especially in places that doesn't concerns you. And when you aren't welcome. And especially in here, because you know that you aren't invited in here." Elu'hymn 2:2, and then E, the sovereign one, said to Satan, "Why have you come in here?" And Satan answered Elu, the sovereign of all the heavens and the earth. And he said, "For Elu'hymn." Elu'hymn 2:3, and the sovereign one said to Satan, "Why, Elu'hymn?" And he said, "Because there is no one like him." And he says to Elu'hymn, "I cannot get to him because, E, you are protecting him. And I have considered your servant, Elu'hymn, that even though that there is none like him in the earth, and even though he is an upright man, he is not perfect. And even though he is a man, who fears you, E, and that he is eschewing evil, and that he is holding fast to his integrity. He is not perfect, and without you, Elu'hymn, he will give up his integrity, and also all that he has, for his life." And E said, "Why are you so sure that he would? And why are you against him? Then why do you want me, Elu, to move so that you can move against him, to destroy him without a cause?" Elu'hymn 2:4, and E answered and said to Satan, "I say that he won't. And that he will still continue to laud me. And that he will say that I am his sovereign." And Satan said to Elu, "His skin for my skin. That he will give up everything and even his integrity, and that he will even give me his life." And E said, "If he will, then I would give you his life. But if he will not give up his integrity, then you will lose your skins." Elu'hymn 2:5, because not even if I let you put any sickness upon him, and if you should kill his family or his helping hands, I say that he wouldn't even think about cursing his sovereign whom is called Elu'hymn. Nor, if I, Elu, should let you touch his bone and his flesh, even then he will not even try to curse me, his sovereign. Nor would he curse me, Elu. Nor would he even curse me to my face. Elu'hymn 2:6, and Satan beheld, E, the sovereign one. And he said to Elu'hymn, "Is not his life in your hands? But if I should make him sick, then I can cause him to lose his integrity. And then I can then make him curse you, then I can take his life? Because, E, you will not save his life. Right?" Elu'hymn 2:7, so Satan went from the house, and he smote Elu'hymn with sores and boils, from the sole of his feet to the crown of his head. Elu'hymn 2:8, and Elu'hymn went to the potshed to scrape himself with all his sores and boils, and he sat down in the ashes to get some relief and to be away from his family, and from amongst everyone. Elu'hymn 2:9, Then said his wife to him, Do you still want to laud E? And are you going to still retain your integrity? Why don't you curse, E, your sovereign? And then die, or, why don't you laud old Gog God, and lived? Elu'hymn 2:10, But he said to her, You are speaking as though you are one of those foolish women. Watch what you are saying and what you are speaking about, Elu'hymn. Because we can only but receive good from Elu'hymn. And we will not receive any evil from the hands of Elu'hymn. But on the other hand we can only receive evil from the hands of old Gog God, whom is called Satan, and we shall all for certain receive death. And in all of this Elu'hymn did not sin with his lips. And he held on to his integrity. Elu'hymn 2:11, Now when Elu'hymn's 3 friends heard of all the evil that Gog God had brought upon him, that it was when they decided to go by to comfort him. And every one of them came from their palaces to his palace. And Eliphaz the Temanite came, and Bildad the Shuhite, and Zophar the Naamathite came to see Elu'hymn, because they all had agreed to come to see Elu'hymn together. So they made an appointment to come and to mourn with him, and also to comfort him. Elu'hymn 2:12, And when they were come from abroad they lift up their eyes from afar off, and they saw Elu'hymn. But they did not recognize him. And it wasn't until he spoke to them that they recognized his voice. And it was only then that they knew it was him. And they lift up their voices and they wept. And they rent their clothing, and every one of them cried on his mantle, and they sprinkled dust upon their heads, and they prayed to Elu'hymn silently, as they looked up toward the heavens. Elu'hymn 2:13, So they all sat down with him upon the ground 7 days, and 7 nights, and none of them spoke a word to him, because they saw that his grief was very great. Friends, Satan, whom is called Gog God Godreel, would like to sift us like wheat and then kill us, if he could. Because he think that we all belongs to him. And he thinks that he can do as he pleases with us. Because he thinks that we don't have a prayer of escaping from him. All because we are serving him, and we are gleefully worshipping him because we have given our lives and children them to him. All because we have been deceived into giving him our lives. Friends, and this is why we all need Elu'hymn. And this is why we need to acknowledge Elu'hymn. And why we all need to worship and to laud Elu'hymn. Because only Elu'hymn is sovereign. Friend, it's only because only Elu'hymn can save us. And that we only will be saved if we were to embrace Elu'hymn. Or if we were to be E's. Or we were to be called by Elu'hymn. Then we will be E's. And then we won't be reserved for Satan, and then we won't be children of God, and then we won't be the possession of Satan, whom is called old Gog God Godreel, and whom is also called the administrator of death, and the destroyer, and whom wants to kill us all, if he can. Friends, would you now please put your trust in Elu'hymn? And let us all acknowledge Elu'hymn in all of our ways and with our lives, like this righteous man whom was called Elu'hymn, whom is better known as Job, and whom testified and said this, quote, Even though you old Gog God kills me, yet I shall live. Friends, would you now please put your trust in Elu'hymn today? Because Elu'hymn is the resurrection and the life. And even though old Gog God is on a mission to kill us all, but we shall all be made to be alive. Because of Elu'hymn, who loves us and whom gave his life for us all, even so that whosoever will believe in Elu'hymn and in His holy sacred name, that Elu'hymn will save us, so that He may make us his own, and that He may called us to be a royal people and a chosen nation people, and that we all would be with Elu'hymn in His holy kingdom, and that we all should not perish, but that Elu'hymn will make us all to be alive, and that He would give to us the gift of everlasting life. Thank you, Elu'hymn. So, let it be Elu'hymn. Friends, if you now see the need to praise and laud and to serve and to worship Elu'hymn, would you now pray this prayer? O Sovereign One, whom is called and Elu'hymn, and Elu'yah, and Elu'hymn, and the Holy One, and Christ, would you please save me, even from old God whom is called Satan. Elu'hymn, I now believe in your holy sacred name. O Elu'hymn, thank you, Sovereign One, whom is called Elu'hymn. So, let it be, Elu'hymn. The end. Friend, would you now please follow the link below for my message, Satan is called Gog God. Thank you.